Did you know that 98% of startups fail within their first 5 years? That's a pretty scary statistic, but here's the thing. You're not going to be part of that 98%. You're here because you want to join the 2% that succeed. In this video, we're going to break down the 8 main reasons startups fail, and more importantly, how you can avoid these pitfalls to set your business up for success. And as an added bonus, I'll chip in why my startups didn't fail when running through all of these points. Understanding these common mistakes can really boost your chances of making it. We'll go through each reason one by one, and I'll give you practical tips on how to sidestep these traps. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of what not to do and what to focus on instead. So stick around if you want to learn how to keep your startup alive and thriving. Trust me, the strategies we'll cover here could be the difference between your business taking off or crashing and burning. Ready to dive in? Let's get started. Now that we're diving in, let's talk about the silent assassin of startups. You might think it's fierce competition or a flawed product, but the truth is far more mundane and dangerous. What's the number one reason why most startups crash and burn? The answer might surprise you. It's running out of cash. That's right, 29% of startups fail simply because they run out of money. It's not as flashy as the other reasons, but it's the most common killer of entrepreneurial dreams. Think about it, without cash, even the most innovative ideas cannot survive. So how do we avoid this trap? It all comes down to smart cash flow management. You need to keep a close eye on your finances and create realistic projections. Don't just focus on the big picture. Every dollar counts when you're starting out. Here's a practical tip. Start small and validate your demand before scaling up. It's tempting to go all in from the beginning, but that's a quick way to burn through your cash. Instead, test your market, make sure people actually want what you're offering, and then grow gradually. Another strategy to consider is setting up a side hustle. This can provide an additional income stream to help you fund your startup. It might mean working longer hours, but it could be the difference between staying afloat and sinking. Remember, cash is king in the startup world. You need to obsess over your cash flow projections and keep a close watch on your burn rate. It's not the most exciting part of running a business, but it's absolutely crucial. One book I can recommend is Profit First by Mike, and sorry, I'm not going to pronounce his surname as there'll be too many edits in this video today, but I read this book when I started out and it gave me the foundation to manage my cash flow and manage overall business finances, which led to me being profitable at Agility Comms from inception. While managing cash is crucial, there's another silent killer lurking in the shadows of startup failure. What if I told you that 1 in 6 startups collapse because they're missing a key ingredient that should be obvious, but often it isn't? That missing piece is a clear business model. Surprisingly, 17% of startups fail simply because they don't have a well-defined plan for making money. Think about it. Would you start a road trip without a map or a GPS? Probably not. Yet many entrepreneurs launch their startups without a clear route to profitability. It's like setting sail without knowing your destination or how you'll get there. A solid business model is your roadmap to success. It outlines exactly how your company will generate revenue, deliver value to customers, and hopefully turn a profit. Without this blueprint, you're essentially flying blind in the competitive startup world. So how can you avoid this pitfall? Start by investing time to really understand your target market. Who are your ideal customers and what problems are you solving for them? Once you've got that nailed down, focus on developing your pricing strategy. How much are customers willing to pay for your solution? Will you use a subscription model, one-time purchase, or something else entirely? Next, think about your sales channels. How will you reach your customers? Will you sell directly, through partners, or maybe use an e-commerce platform? Each choice has its own pros and cons, so choose wisely. Don't forget to identify your key performance indicators. These are the metrics that will tell you if your business is on track or veering off course. They might include things like customer acquisition cost, lifetime value of customer, or monthly recurring revenue. And remember, having multiple streams can be a game changer. Many startups struggle because they rely on just one income source. Diversifying can make your business more resilient and attractive to investors. For example, across all of my businesses, we have multiple revenue streams, whether that is recurring revenue contracts, upfront payments, and multiple products, so we can upsell and cross-sell, you name it. Don't just hang your hat on one solution and payment method. You need resilience. Also, if you want help on your business plan, leave a comment in the show notes below, as I might create resources to help my viewers and audience with this. Now, imagine you've built the perfect product. It's innovative, sleek, and solves a problem. Or so you think. But what if I told you that 42% of startups fail because they've created a solution that nobody actually wants? This brings us to our third reason why startups fail: lack of product market fit. Product market fit is all about creating something that solves a real problem for your customers. It's not just about having a great idea or a cool product. It's about making sure there's a market out there that's willing to pay for what you're offering. Here's the thing. Many entrepreneurs fall in love with their own ideas. They spend months, sometimes years, developing a product without ever checking if there's actually demand for it. This is a recipe for disaster. Remember, your startup isn't about you. It's about your customers and their needs. So how can you avoid this pitfall? It all starts with market research and customer discovery. Spend time understanding your target audience. What are their pain points? What solutions are they currently using? How can your product make their lives easier? A good rule of thumb is to spend at least 50% of your time talking to potential customers. Let their feedback guide your product development. Don't be afraid to pivot if you find that your initial idea isn't resonating with your target market. Take the case of Carhu, a London-based startup that raised $250 million for a taxi comparison app. Despite the significant funding, they failed within 6 months of launch. Why? Their app had major bugs and they offered unsustainable free rides. This shows that even with a great idea and plenty of cash, poor execution and lack of product market fit can lead to failure. The key is to iterate and adapt based on real user feedback. Launch a minimum viable product as soon as possible and gather data. Are people using your product? Are they willing to pay for it? And if not, why? Use this information to refine your offering until you achieve that sweet spot of product market fit. You've nailed your product market fit, but here's a curveball. Did you know that people you hire could make or break your startup? There's a surprising statistic about hiring that most founders overlook, and it could be the difference between success and failure. Nearly 25% of startups fail due to hiring the wrong people. That's right, 1 in 4 startups crumble, not because of their product or market, but because of who they bring on board. Building a strong team is more than just filling positions. It's about assembling a group of individuals with diverse skills who can turn challenges into opportunities and drive your startup's growth. Think of your team as the engine of your startup. If you've got the wrong parts or they're not working together smoothly, your startup will not go far, no matter how great your idea is. So how do we avoid this pitfall? It all starts with implementing a structured recruitment plan. This isn't just about posting job ads and hoping for the best. It's about creating a strategy to target the right candidates and fulfill roles effectively. Consider using a recruitment funnel, a structured framework that helps filter job applicants and identify the most suitable candidates for each role. When you're attracting talent, focus on targeted job advertising. Don't just cast a wide net. Be specific about the skills and qualities you're looking for. And remember, in the competitive startup world, you need to offer benefits that encourage job seekers to apply. This could be equity, flexible working hours, or opportunities for professional growth. Once you've got applicants, it's crucial to conduct thorough candidate screenings. Confirm that they have the experience and expertise they claim, but do not stop there, everyone. The interview stage should assess whether candidates align with your company's values, drive, and determination. After all, in a startup environment, passion and cultural fit can be just as important as technical skills. As a bonus for you, I've linked below to onlinejobs.ph, where we've found over 50 staff over the years for multiple positions across my business. The Philippines have a great talent pool of people, and they are truly great people as well. And all the design in this video so far has been created by, you guessed it, a Filipino. I have no real stats here, people, but I would say the chance of being more successful with Filipinos in your team rather than not is very high. So you've assembled your dream team, but here's the hard truth. Even the best team can't save a startup if no one knows about your product. There's a critical element many founders neglect, and it's responsible for sinking 14% of startups. Are you making this costly oversight? I'm talking about marketing and sales. You might have the most innovative product since the iPhone, but if people don't know about it, you won't make a single sale. It's shocking how many founders pour all their energy into product development and completely neglect marketing. Here's the deal. You need to strike a balance between creating your product and telling the world about it. It's not enough to build it and hope they'll come. You need to actively reach out to your potential customers and show them why they need your solution. So how can you avoid this pitfall? Start by allocating at least 15% of your funds specifically for marketing activities. This isn't just throwing money at ads, it's about creating a strategic plan to reach your target audience. Think content marketing, social media campaigns, and email outreach. These are all powerful tools to get your startup noticed. Remember, marketing isn't just about attracting customers. It's about creating awareness, building your brand, and establishing credibility in your industry. Without these elements, even the best product can fail to gain traction. Take a moment to think about your current marketing efforts. Are you actively promoting your startup, or are you hoping word of mouth will do the trick? If you're not dedicating time and resources to marketing, you're putting your startup at risk. The good news is, with the right approach, marketing can be a game changer for your startup. It can amplify your reach, accelerate growth, and help you connect with the customers who need your solution. Don't let your startup become another statistic. Make marketing a priority from day one. You've nailed your marketing strategy and your startup has taken off. Congratulations to you, but hold on. Did you know that rapid success can actually lead to your downfall? There's a hidden danger that catches even the most promising startups off guard. It's called mismanagement of growth, and it affects a whopping 70% of startups. When your startup starts gaining traction, it's tempting to sprint and aggressively try to capitalize on momentum. However, uncontrolled rapid growth can actually destroy startups. This is what we call premature scaling, and it's a major reason why so many promising ventures implode. So what exactly is premature scaling? It's when a startup expands too quickly without having the proper infrastructure or resources in place. This can lead to a whole host of problems. You might find yourself spreading your resources too thin, burning through cash faster than you can replenish it, or hiring too many people before you've proven your business model. To avoid this pitfall, you need a clear growth strategy. This means understanding when to hire, when to delegate, and when to let go. It's about setting growth goals that are tied to metrics before you start expanding your team or increasing your spending. Think of your startup as a plant. Just like a plant needs the right amount of water and sunlight to thrive, your startup needs the right amount of resources and attention to grow sustainably. Too much too soon and you risk drowning your business before it has a chance to put down strong roots. While strong roots are crucial, they're not enough on their own. Imagine spending years perfecting your business plan only to find out it's now obsolete. This happens more often than you might think, and it's why adaptability is a secret weapon of successful startups. In fact, a staggering 75% of startups end up changing their initial ideas as market conditions shift. This isn't just a minor tweak, we're talking about significant pivots that can make or break a business. So why is adaptability so crucial? Well, the business world is like a constantly moving target. What works today might be completely irrelevant tomorrow. Think about how quickly technology evolves or how consumer preferences can change overnight. If your startup can't keep up with these shifts, you're setting yourself up for failure. But here's the good news. Being adaptable doesn't mean completely abandoning your vision every time the wind changes direction. It's about being open to feedback, staying in tune with your market, and being willing to make strategic adjustments when necessary. This might mean tweaking your product features, exploring new marketing channels, or even rethinking your entire business model. One of the best ways to stay adaptable is to maintain open communication with your customers. They're your eyes and ears on the ground, and their feedback can be invaluable. Regularly reassess your business plans based on what you're hearing from them. Are their needs changing? Are new competitors entering the market? These are the kind of questions you should be asking constantly. It's also smart to implement early warning signs in your business. These are metrics or indicators that can alert you to potential market changes before they become a major issue. This could be anything from shifts in customer engagement rates to changes in industry regulations. Remember, being adaptable isn't about making knee-jerk reactions to every little change. It's about being responsive and agile and ready to pivot when necessary. By embracing this mindset, you can turn potential failures into opportunities for innovation and growth. Speaking of innovation, there's a secret that separates thriving startups from those that crash and burn. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less. And this sounds crazy, right? But stick with me because this insight could be the key to unlocking your startup's true potential. Did you know that 13% of startups fail due to a lack of focus? It's true, everyone. Many entrepreneurs fall into the trap of trying to do too much at once, spreading their resources thin across multiple projects or markets. They think this approach will increase their chances of success, but it often leads to the opposite result. Here's the thing. Concentrating on your core efforts is crucial for delivering exceptional value to your customers. When you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing special to anyone. It's like being a jack of all trades, but a master of none. In the competitive startup world, mastery is what sets you apart. So how can you avoid this pitfall? Start by identifying your startup's core strengths and unique value proposition. What do you do better than anyone else? Once you've nailed that down, focus all of your energy and resources on developing and refining that offering. It might feel like you're limiting yourself, but you're actually setting yourself up for long-term success. Remember, investors prefer founders who are committed to a single project. It shows confidence and ambition for mastery in a specific niche. Plus, when you focus on one area, you can deep dive, innovate more effectively, and truly become a leader in your field. Think about it this way. If you had 10 great ideas and tried to execute all of them at once, chances are none will succeed. But if you put all your efforts into that one brilliant concept, you're much more likely to create something truly remarkable. All right, let's wrap this up. We've covered 8 major reasons why startups fail, from running out of cash to losing focus. But here's the thing. Knowing these pitfalls gives you a huge advantage. You're now armed with the strategies to avoid these common mistakes and set your startup on the path to success. Remember, the startup journey isn't easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. By managing your cash flow, developing a clear business model, finding product market fit, hiring the right team, prioritizing marketing, managing growth, staying adaptable, and maintaining focus, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Your startup journey begins now. Which of these strategies will you implement first? Let me know in the comments. I'm excited to hear all about your plans and maybe even offer some advice based on my experience. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and here is to your success.